as on today we have is about HDFC Bank fall that has created a negative impact, or the overall market levels also have corrected by around 2%, right? Nifty 50 has corrected by almost 2%, and even HDFC Bank also has corrected to the tune of around 8%. Now, first thing, sir, are we in a bearish scenario? Importance of support and resistance levels, and the most important discussion which as on today we have is about HDFC Bank fall, right? And yes, that has created a negative impact, or the overall market levels also have corrected by around 2%, right? Nifty 50 has corrected by almost 2%, and even HDFC Bank also has corrected to the tune of around 8%. Now, first thing, sir, are we in a bearish scenario? The answer is no, because in a market, a 2% fall will not be taken as a bearish scenario or an aggressive fall, right? So, after a continuous move of Nifty in the last couple of months, a kind of a consolidation or a correction is imminent, right? And HDFC Bank results, as we see, they are not like a worst kind of a results. No, they have not met the estimates, right? The asset quality of the book is good. The asset quality has been improving, but on certain factors, it's not up to the mark. And if you look at it, HDFC Bank, the reason you need to see some stocks, right, in charts or analyze on a trading view, the importance is almost from the last 2 years, right? HDFC Bank has a psychological resistance barrier of around 1700, right? So until and unless it moves above that level, it can't pick up a very high strength, right? So fundamentally a very good company, but technically if there is a price and a volume action, it can become much more stronger, right? So let me share my screen and let's look at the charts, right? Let's look at the charts. Yes, let me load HDFC Bank here, right? Yeah, HDFC Bank, and I'll be looking on a weekly scale, right? I'll be looking on a weekly scale, and even if I look way back from October 2021, right, till date also, almost 2 years, right? Almost 2 years, and let me also clear the entire chart, and let's draw the resistance levels for it, right? So now, when you look HDFC Bank on a weekly chart, how do you plot your resistance lines? Yes, the price point of around 1700, right? So if you look on the chart, the price point of 1700 way back in 18th October 2021, it has attempted to cross, but it was not successful. Again, during 4th April 2022, right? During this time, it has attempted to cross. This is the day high on that day. It has attempted to cross 1700. It failed, right? Again, if you see, during 17th April or even 3rd July, right? 3rd July, yes, it has attempted to cross 1700, but it was not able to, right? It was not able to. Again, during your 1st January or even 26th December week, it has attempted, but it was not successful, right? So what do? You go to the trend line tools, you select the horizontal line, right? And you just draw a horizontal line which connects all the dots, right? Which connects all these various periods. So if you look at the chart, technically 1700 has been, technically 1700 has been a very important psychological resistance level for HDFC Bank until and unless the stock moves aggressively above 1700, we can see a further move, right? So this company is strong. Even the results what they have declared, as I told you, are looking decent, right? Are looking decent. And even this week we are expected to get ICICI Bank results, right? Even your Kotak Mahindra Bank, your IndusInd Bank, right? We get more results. So let's observe how those results are impacting the overall banking index or overall Nifty. We will be able to check, right? And the advantage of analyzing a stock on the charts is, right, you get this information of 1700, a very important level. Now what do? A similar kind of a chart, almost a replica of the chart. Let's look at another same in the private sector. Maybe let's look at Kotak Mahindra Bank, right? Kotak Mahindra Bank. So if you look at this chart, yes, so on a weekly chart, right? On a weekly chart for Kotak Mahindra, almost from 2021 January, right? 1950, right? 1950 has been a very strong resistance, which is restricting the stock to further move, right? So until and unless there is an external force, right? Until and unless there are more buyers coming up and the stock is advancing above 1950, then the next bull run can start, right? So this is a very important breakout level, and once it is breaking, it can be very prominent, right? So yes, many of the investors would say, sir, HDFC Bank, it's a very decent company. It is a good company, qualitatively and over a longer period, it can do well, because HDFC Bank and HDFC merger will definitely benefit HDFC Bank, right? Because all the customer amalgamation which is happening from HDFC will lead more cross-selling of the products. But apart from the fundamentals, apart from the qualitative factors, look technical factors also, right? Whoever are thinking, sir, due to this fall, should I take an exposure? My view would be wait until the dust settles, right? Wait until the dust settles. During a fall, you should not be adding, right? During a fall, you should not be adding. And even we do not know, right? Even the same rubbing off effect, the HDFC results impact have negated the view of Nifty or even Bank Nifty. They also had a rapid tank, right? Similarly, today also, if we see some more decline, it can impact, right? It can impact the overall market also, right? So do not try to add a stock during the fall, or don't try to catch a falling knife, right? Let the dust settle, let it pick up some strength, and then you can. And one more thing to observe is, even we have discussed in our earlier discussions also about EMA, exponential moving average, on a daily time frame, right? So if I go to the daily time frame for HDFC Bank, and once I load EMA 200, right? EMA 200, so you go to the technicals in indicators and you just type EMA or moving average exponential, right? So you just select EMA and I'll be loading 200 days, which means in the last 200 days, I'm checking the closing price of HDFC Bank and I'm just drawing a average line, right? A moving average line connecting all the closing price points of HDFC Bank for the last 200 days, giving more importance to the latest closing price. That is called as exponentially moving average. I give more weightage or more importance to the last closing prices. So whenever it is trading below your EMA 200, right? This line is my Lakshman Rekha, right? This EMA 200 is my Lakshman Rekha. So any stock, or whenever the stock is trading below EMA 200, I will not add. How good the stock can be, right? I will not add. I'll wait for it to cross above EMA 200 and exhibit strength. and if you have just followed this principle, right, even in September end or October, when it has traded below EMA 200, right, and we are seeing a live example, right, live example, and this, yes, we have discussed in our earlier discussions also. You can go back and watch about this. You can compare with any stock, any company which you have taken an entry during a fall. You have seen here, whoever have added during this period, right, till almost this candle, almost December 4th, right, from 20th September to December 4th, you would have even lost more, right? Rather than entering, or rather than catching a falling knife, let it pick up strength, and during the strength you add, right? During the strength you add. For me, HDFC Bank right now, no, it's not an entry as it is below EMA 200. Just follow a system, right? Ensure you have a process in place for you, right? Ensure you have a process in place for you, okay? HDFC Bank, qualitatively good, right? Qualitatively good, but wait for the entries to start, right? So this EMA 200 we'll watch under daily, because we are looking at the last 200 days, right? Even on a weekly, sir, I look at the stock for a very long term, right? Even if you look on a longer term, go to a weekly time frame and just check with EMA 30, which means you are looking at the stock on a 30 weeks time frame, right? So any company which you feel a long term, or you hold it for 3 years or even 5 years and above, when it is trading below your EMA 30, preferably we should be away from it, right? Preferably we should be away from it. Let it cross, let it trade above EMA 30, right? Even if you see instances here, even during 2020, right? This is the period where you need to avoid. And even if you have added from these levels, right? Even you have added from these levels, it's a journey where you can be till almost 2022, right? From 2020 to 22, this is a period where you can be there. I'm not just discussing about HDFC Bank, it's applicable to any stock which you are trading, right? Even after this, and the stock has been trading below EMA 30, you get out of it or you reduce your position, and this is the period where you avoid, right? This is the period where you avoid, and again you ride the stock during this journey, right? So as of now, the EMA 30 is just touching the candle now. I would preferably say it would be in our wait and watch list. Definitely not an entry now, right? Definitely not an entry. Let's wait and watch, right? And yes, this impact of HDFC Bank has created a ripple effect even in Bank Nifty as well, right? Even in Bank Nifty as well. So if you see, it was a huge gap down yesterday, and this level of your 47,200, it has been trading below it, and even it was trading below 46,800 levels also, which has been a very strong support, right? So for the Bank Nifty, until and unless it trades above either 46,800 or even 47,200, which is its immediate resistance zones, then only Bank Nifty can pick up strength, right? So yes, 47,270, which is almost from 6th December, has been a very strong resistance. Until and unless Bank Nifty crosses 47,200, then only it can become more stronger, right? And for Nifty, if you see, yes, we have your 21,700, right? Right now we are at around 21,500 levels Nifty. Once it crosses 21,700, which is the strong resistance, then it can pick up strength, right? Then it can pick up strength. So let's see, even in this week, and as we have discussed the Q3 earnings, right? Be it like your October, November, December 2023 results, we are expected to get this week and in the next week. So focus on companies which have been delivering good results, right? Good results, and try to be in those stocks where quarterly earnings wise they are improving, right? Earnings wise they are improving. And this week, when we get results of ICICI, Kotak Mahindra Bank, IndusInd Bank, and even yes, Reliance also, we expect the results to come. So let's see how that will drive the market further, right? How that will drive the market further. So definitely, this is not a position where we can consider that the market is bearish, right? Someone who are impacted by a 2% market fall, it's not the ideal thing, right? A market correcting, market, take it for granted, market, there will be some black swan events, there will be some extreme situations in a year, right? Like a one or two scenarios where it can tank by 5-6% also, right? Like a black swan events. So 2% is not a big impact. And even if you observe yesterday's move, because of HDFC Bank results, right? Maybe on the private banking space, we will not be very aggressive there. We'll wait until the dust settles in the private sector bank. But many of the sectors have done wonderfully well yesterday, right? Even if you look at your railways, yes, good growth has been reflecting. Even RVNL has picked up by around 4%, right? Even in defense, yes, many of the defense companies, even in a falling, even in a bearish day, have given good results. Cochin Shipyard have moved well, right? Mazagon Dock at a very good breakout level, right? Even your GRSC, Garden Reach Shipbuilders in the defense space have been doing well, right? So it's not an overall market fall just because of the earning results of HDFC Bank. Let's see in couple of days if the dust settles. Again, we can be more aggressive. But on the private sector banks, let's be little slow on it. Let the results of other banks also give us a heads up on how the further move can be. Okay. So let me know below which banking stocks, either private sector or public sector, you are tracking, and give me the reason why, right? So if you're looking at private sector banks, let me know the bank names below. What are that you are following? And let me give you a heads up. Apart from the private sector bank, there are many public sector banks also which are available at an attractive valuation. And someone who feel, sir, is banking like too highly valued, or has it already touched the all-time highs? No, right? Banking is available at an attractive valuation, and 2024 can be a very good theme for the banking space. That too in public sector unit banks, I want you to heavily focus. And even private sector, many banks are in the consolidation zone, just that the resistance levels which you have discussed, be it on HDFC or even on Kotak Mahindra Bank, once they are reaching those levels, the psychological resistance, they also can pick up, right? So let me know below which stocks you are focusing more or which stocks you are studying. Let me know below.